So look here, you see this is a line, right? Then if I join two lines so that they intersect at one point, we get an angle. Then if I join another line, we get triangle. But now suppose from two lines, three lines, now we extend it to 4 lines. What shape you get? You get a shape whose how many sides? We consider 1, 2, 3, 4. So remember, if only 2 we call angle, if only 3 we call tri, no? Now we have 4. 4 what we call quad. So remember lateral. What we call lateral? Lateral means side. So now we have a figure which have 4 sides. So that figure which have 4 sides, we call it as quadrilateral. It comes from the word quad meaning 4, lateral means side. So you see that means if I put 3 dot non-collinear point, if we join them, we get triangle, no? Triangle, 3 side. But if suppose I put 4 dot which are non-collinear, that means which are not on the same straight line. So if I join them, we will get a figure which have 4 sides. So that figure which 4 sides, we call it quadrilateral. So here also same, it have 4 sides. That means this line we call them side. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it also have this corner, we used to call them as vertices. It also have 4 vertices. And even here you can see this angle, we call angle, no? How many angle? There are 4 angles. So it have 4 sides. That is why we call it quadrilateral. It also have 4 vertices, and along with that it also have 4 angles. Okay, so any plane figure, remember it is plane which is flat, 2D. 2D mean it have only length and breadth. Okay, any plane flat closed figure made up of by joining 4 lines or 4 non-collinear points in a planes, that figure we call it as quadrilateral. So remember it have 4 sides, 4 vertices, 4 angles. Then if we join this one and this one, you see they are opposite to one another. Okay, so if I join this opposite vertices, we get a line in the middle which we call as diagonal. Then I may join it this way also. So we have two diagonals. Okay, so remember quadrilateral have 2 diagonals, 4 sides, 4 vertices, and 4 angles. So let us go now with chapter 9, which is quadrilaterals. So from here you see from your book, what is a quadrilateral? A quadrilateral, it is a closed figure because no, all the sides they intersect one another. So it is a closed figure which is bounded by 4 line segments. So those line segments we call them sides. It also have 4 vertices and it also have 4 angles. Then quadrilateral, we get them mainly 2 types. One is convex, another is concave. Convex mean which come out, concave mean some part it is inside. So like here you see all they are out, so we call convex. But if suppose we draw like that, okay, then suddenly one it is inside. You can see this one vertices, it is inside. So if you look from this, it is outside, but if you look this side, it is like going inside, no? So this kind we call as convex, concave. Okay, when all the 4 vertices are outside, we call it convex. When one vertices it is inside, then that is what we call concave. Okay, so you see those. In a convex quadrilateral, if we take any 2 points in the interior mean inside, okay, and join them, the line segment this point lie completely in its interior. So that means you can see here, if I put 2 points, I join them, then we get the line is inside the quadrilateral, that means interior. But if suppose I put here and here, I join, you can see clearly one point is inside, one point is outside. So that is the case of concave. That is what they are talking here. Okay, if we put any point, we join them, they are completely inside. That is what we call convex quadrilateral. Then if you can see like here, no, you can see the point they are going out. Then in a concave quadrilateral, a line segment joining any 2 points in its interior. So sometimes they may be inside, sometimes they may be half inside, half outside. Okay, so you can see, remember, when vertices are outside, we call them convex quadrilateral. But here you can see one of these vertices, it go inside. Okay, that is what we call concave quadrilateral. Then next you see interior and exterior. Interior mean inside. Okay, so the thing, whatever here inside here, we call it interior. What is there outside, we call exterior. Then if it happen to form on the boundary, we call it on the boundary. Okay, you can see from here, L, M, N, you see, those are point inside, so we call interior. Okay, all the points which are inside the quadrilateral, they will form the interior part of quadrilateral. If you are sitting inside the classroom, that is the interior, but when you go out, that will be exterior. Okay, like here you see R, it is outside, no? S, P, Q, they are outside, so those we call exterior of a quadrilateral. Then all the points lying outside the quadrilateral, they form what we call exterior of the quadrilateral. Okay, then next, boundary. So if it happen to fall on the foci, like have A, E, D, C, G, B, F, okay, they are on the foci, so those we call boundary. All the points which lie on the line segment, that is the side of quadrilateral, they are said to be on the boundary. Then next you will see, because remember quadrilateral have four sides, so from this four side we have what we call adjacent and we have what we call opposite. Adjacent mean near, opposite mean far from one another. Okay, adjacent, nearby, they will meet one another at one point. Opposite, they will never be meeting one another, they will always be far away from one another. So let us see, we have adjacent side, opposite side, adjacent angle and opposite angle. So remember, adjacent, they are near, opposite mean far away from one another. So here you can see, let us see with the side first. Two sides of quadrilateral having a common vertex. Okay, like here you can see PS, SR, from the name itself, no? PS, SR. So you can see SS, same name, so that means they meet at one point. So this kind of side, we call them adjacent side. Okay, you may have like SR, RQ, RR, no? So that means R is a common vertex, so those we call as adjacent side. So this and this, this and this, this and this, this and this. Okay, so those sides which are close to one another, we call them adjacent side of a quadrilateral. So you see here from your book, you underline, okay, two sides of a quadrilateral which have common vertex. Common mean present to both. Okay, ubadan lang habaro R. So that is what we call adjacent side of quadrilateral. Like you all, what is common between you? Okay, you are all class 8 and that also in Albira school. How we know Albira school? All of you wear red sweater. So that red sweater we can see is common. So those are what we call adjacents. Okay, like here you can see PQ, PS, from the word, no? PP, then PQ, QR, QQ, okay, QR, RS, RR, RS, SP, SS, you see something in common. So those are the adjacent side. Then next we'll see opposite. Opposite means far from one another. Two sides of a quadrilateral which do not have a common vertex are called opposite side of quadrilateral. Okay, so if you look at these two, you see, if I extend it this side, I may extend this side. Okay, both sides, they will not meet. Clear? They are far from one another. You can just see the name. We may write this one is SR. The other one is PQ. See? SR, PQ, completely different from one another. So those are we call the opposite side. Then like here, PS, QR, nothing in common. Completely different from one another. So such kind of side we call opposite side. So remember, if they have one common vertex, we call them adjacent side. That means the side which are near to one another. But if they have nothing in common from their name, they are far from one another, that is what we call opposite side. Okay, just by looking you will know, so be careful. Okay, two sides of a quadrilateral which do not have a common vertex, that means they do not meet. Okay, so side we call them as opposite side of the quadrilateral. Like you can see PQSR, PQSR, they don't meet. Okay, name also completely different. PSRQ, completely different, no? So they are a pair of opposite side. Adjacent we have 4 pair, but opposite we have only 2 pairs.